Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dan Negrea. I'm the Senior Director of the Atlantic Council's Freedom and Prosperity Center. Welcome to our first annual research conference, and thank you for showing an interest in our work. In my remarks this morning, I will talk briefly about our center and what we are doing, and then thank a number of people who are here with us today who have contributed to our work. We do three things at the Atlantic Council Freedom and Prosperity Center. We do analytical work, which is foundational to everything else. And essentially, it is producing original, unbiased, data-based research on the relationship between freedom and prosperity. Central to our analytical work is producing every year the Freedom and Prosperity Indexes for 174 countries and the related annual report. The second thing that we do is what we call advocacy work. Our objective there is to help those who want to change facts on the ground and take our ideas and improve the plight of people everywhere, but especially the poor and the marginalized in developing countries. And the third thing that we do is communications work. We want to make sure that whatever we produce is also known. This conference is at the intersection of our analytical and communications work. Now I would like to thank a few people, and I would like to start with the two people I consider the founders of our center, Michael Fish and Fred Kempe. In his days in college, Michael came up with the ideas that are central to the work of our center. Number one, the idea that in order to have more prosperity, countries should choose more economic freedom, more political freedom, and more legal freedom. The second idea is that indexes are a helpful tool to analyze this relationship and to communicate our work. Now, Michael is a very busy man. He runs one of our largest private equity funds, and he also has leadership positions in a number of important civic organizations. Yet he makes time for our work by giving us these foundational ideas, by being our largest financial sponsor, but most importantly, by giving us his time. So thank you very much, Michael, for your involvement. The second person we think of as a founder of our center is Fred Kempe, who is the CEO of the Atlantic Council. For two reasons. One obvious one, he did found our center because as CEO, it was he who made the decision that our work needs to be taken out of the Scowcroft Center, where we were one of several projects, and made the center because we needed more visibility since our work is relevant to the work of the Atlantic Council. But the second way in which Fred was really crucial in where we are going is by changing the culture of our center and putting partnerships at the center of our culture. And it all started with a conversation when one day I went to Fred and I said, we have two choices for this event that we are organizing. We organize it alone, we do the work and take all the credit at the Atlantic Council, or we do it jointly with two other centers. Think tanks, outside think tanks. And Fred's answer was very simple. What's the motto of the Atlantic Council? Shaping the global future together. So together means with others. So let's have partnerships. And partnership we did have. So the key partnership for our analytical work is with the Acton Institute, and we have Chris Moran here, and Alex Chafuen and John Pinero from Acton. And with them, in partnership with them, we are managing our academic, Freedom and Prosperity academic grants, and we've made 19 of them to scholars in 11 countries. These grants go to scholars who analyze this relationship between freedom and prosperity that is so important to us. We're also partnering with the Atlas Network. In partnership with them, we are doing the reform grants. We've done 8 in 8 countries since we started. And it is also in this partnership context that I would like to thank what we call our regional partners. For India, which is one of our target regions, is the Center for Civil Society in New Delhi. In Romania, Project Romania 2030. In Tunisia, the Tunisian Institute for International Relationships. In Mexico, Mexican Council for Foreign Relations, and we will soon announce a partnership in Africa. And from all these regional partnerships, we have people who are presenting here today and are contributing essays to a collection of essays that we will publish later this year. So, Fred, you influenced our culture and encouraged us to have partnerships. Thank you. It is important, and it really enriches our work and magnifies our message. The other person I would like to thank for his influence over our center is Damon Wilson. So Damon and I overlapped only a few months before he was executive vice president at the Atlantic Council, and then later he took over as CEO of the National Endowment for Democracy. We had only a few meetings, but made quite an impression on me. And in one of them, Damon said, to be really successful, you cannot have your center be a Washington focused or center. You need to speak with voices from the region, so translating the shorthand. If you want to have an impact, the research needs to be done by people outside the United States and outside Europe and in the regions in which you want to have an impact. And the endorsement and the magnifying needs to come from these regions. So Damon, I'm happy to tell you that we did listen to you. So we have 350 people participating today here and by Zoom from 56 countries. We have 11 presenters this morning and this afternoon from 9 countries. The book that we will publish has 16 chapters, and we have contributors from 11 countries. So thank you. You were influential. We listened, and we implemented the suggestions. We are very fortunate to have a great advisory council. We want people who know a lot about the areas in which we want to be active, to be available to give us advice. So we have with us today a number of people that I would like to recognize. Michael Desombre, former U.S. Ambassador to Thailand. Peter Pham, former U.S. Ambassador to the Great Lakes region of Africa. Jean Desombre, former top Asia executive at a leading international organization. And Andrew Wilson, the newest member of the Advisory Council, the Executive Director of the Council for International Private Enterprise. And 2 new friends who are, we are very hopeful that we will have great accomplishments together. Mr. Takumi Kawano, Counselor, Economic Section, Embassy of Japan, and Amy Prue, Director of the Individual Freedom and Free Markets Office at the Templeton Foundation. And I have to say, Amy, ever since I started, I wanted a relationship with Templeton. We tried all these years, but it took Chris Moran from Acton to make the introduction, and I'm so happy you are here, and we hope to do great things together. So with that, I would like to turn the floor to the 2 founders of our center, Fred Kempe and Michael Fish.